It's been 5 months since the Rolex 24 at Daytona. The championship was anybody's then and still is now. But tonight marks the halfway point of the season, and the genuine title contenders will emerge here at Daytona International Speedway.
Indeed, Lee. Bill Auberlen and Boris said have been on a tear in the GT category, winning 4 races straight. But you saw in the point standings there that Boris said holds a 3-point advantage due to the fact they ran in different cars at the 24 hours here several months ago. But for this race, PTG boss Tom Milner has split these boys up. They put them with the youngsters. Boris said will be in the 22 car with Joey Hand, and Bill Auberlen will share the 21 machine with Justin Marks. But it'll be interesting to see how those young guys develop under the tutelage of their more experienced teammates. But for me, the real treat tonight will be see Boris Said and Bill Auberlen, two of the best sports car drivers in the business, go head-to-head, Lee.
They can go hard at it, and we will look forward to watching that. Our third and final class is the Super Grand Sport class, the SGS boys, and we see a new point leader. Yes, a pole will always help you enjoy it a little more, and the SGS class pole sitters, the Nonamakers, have got it. Congratulations to them. We are coming to green, and the last 3 races here have been won by Bell Motorsports. Terry Borcello, Forrest Barber. Can they make it for tonight? They'll have a tough task ahead of them, but it is possible.
You know who I'm watching, don't you? Tony Stewart, Tony the Tiger, man, he's going to come charging.
And he is in that number 20 Pontiac Crawford. Watch them jump here. The pole-sitting car is Scott Pruitt. He is the point leader with his co-driver Max Pappas. We're clear to green now. Round 6 of the Rolex Sports Car Series, the Paul Revere 250, presented by Brumos Porsche. Can their car do it? It starts outside the pole. Let's roll at Daytona. Bit of dicing and ducking, and look at the outbraking move there. Jimmy Morales on the inside of Tremblay. Nice work.
Nice clean start so far. Everybody getting through turn 1 cleanly, and that's the first time we've had that happen in a while.
It's taking a while to get that service done. Cal.
Well, the 21 machine is in the PTG BMW M3. Joey Hand, actually Justin Marks jumps out, and it's going to be Billy Auberlen jumping in behind the wheel. And this man certainly can pedal this race car, and I think he's relishing the chance of going up against Boris Said head-to-head this evening. So this will be a good, typical driver change. We understand there's a problem with another GT car out on the racetrack, but this pit stop is not going as smoothly as possible. Bit of a problem here on the right rear. This will cause a little bit of a delay. Fuel is still going in, however, so no problems thus far. But it's going to be great to see these 2 boys going head-to-head tonight, Lee.
Talking with Bill Auberlen earlier, he said for some bizarre reason, he said the 21, whilst it's been the dominant car this season in GT and of the 2 PTG BMWs, Dorsey, something just doesn't seem to work for this car at Daytona.
And this driver was not fully belted in when we took off out of pit lane there. You see him still struggling to get his helmet hooked up in his seatbelt. He's not done yet even. Shoulder harnesses are still loose. So that pit exchange, that driver exchange, did not go very smoothly.
Auberlen behind the wheel where he loves to be. And let's see how he can hustle this M3 around Daytona International Speedway.
He's certainly one of the best, no question about it.
In a BMW, he is the most successful North American driver.
See him there still working on his shoulder harness. He's not really happy with the fit and the comfort level yet. Now that's one of the things with these driver exchanges. These guys are not the same size. And he was used to driving with Boris, who's a very tall guy, and now he's not driving with Boris.
And starting to put a move on Forrest Barber. The 22, Boris Said, is now behind the wheel. And last time we were at Daytona, this car had a dreadful run, or sorry, it had a better run, didn't it, than the 21.
But lately, the 22 has not had the most luck. That's for sure.
Not at all.
Now it's got Boris behind the wheel, and he'll ring it out for all she's worth.
It was quite interesting talking with Joey Hand earlier this evening, and I said, you know, you and Justin Marks are pretty similar size in terms of height and body size, etc. I said, what about you and Boris? There's a big height disparity. I said, how is it, you know, adjusting, you know, you were mentioning before, Dors, about strapping in when we saw Auberlen get into the car. And he said, you know what? He said it's actually, it seems a little bit easier with Boris. He said, I just set it to where I like it. And he said, Boris gets in. He said, don't worry about it, man. I'll just drive it. He gets in. And the 21, the PTG BMW. And we ride with Bill Auberlen, currently 2nd in class.
Cutting down through the bus stop here. Cuts right across the grass he goes. He'll do it again here.
Remember that the PTG BMW team coming off the back of 4 consecutive race victories and poles. They didn't get pole here today. Will they get victory here today? Calvin Fish can ask the question.
Well, typically, Leo, when we see Joey Hand and Justin Marks out of the car at the same time, it would be bad news. They've been cheering the car all season long, but now they're split up. And Joey, what's it like to be running with Boris? He's an amazing guy. What's it like to be running as a teammate for him now?
Oh, it's great. I mean, Boris is one of the greatest road racers in the world, and to be teamed up with is just an awesome experience. I just tried to get the car in the front. You know, BMW always gives us a great race car, and these guys work so hard. I just tried to stay clear at the beginning, keep the fenders clean, hand it off to Boris, let him finish this thing.
Well, Boris currently has the edge over Bill, and Bill's been sharing the car with Justin Marks. Justin, you've shared the same cars with Turner Motorsports in other categories this year, but you're now driving with Bill. One of the keys with endurance racing is a good, clean pit stop. It looked like Bill was having a bit of a struggle there when he got in the car. Any issues tonight?
Yeah, I mean, practice makes perfect on these pit stops, and, you know, it's really got to be clockwork to make a fast, good pit stop. And every once in a while, just things don't go right, you know, and I tried to get out of the car and got hung up, and by the time he got in, I looked in and everything was screwed up. But I mean, Bill's a great road racer, and, you know, it's just, I've seen him overcome hurdles a lot bigger than that one to win races. So, you know, I think we're in a good spot right now, and, you know, you kind of have hiccups along the way, but, you know, this PTG team does a great job preparing these cars, and it's kind of fun for me and Joey to go out there and race against each other when we've been together for the year, and then hand it off to our teammates and watch them duke it out. So, you know, I think we've got a good chance. You know, we have a little bit of a disadvantage to the Porsches on the straightaway speed, but, you know, it's just one of those things. You know, sometimes it doesn't go perfect the whole way.
All right, mate, thanks a lot. Certainly this is a Porsche race.
5-lap sprint to the finish.
That tire compound can be as much as 1 second a lap difference. Of course, it wouldn't last as long, but that's not going to be a problem anymore. We got a 5-lap sprint. It's going to be every man for himself.
Bill Auberlen was the Rolex Sports Car Series GT champion back in 2002 with Kurt Wagner, the driver we see out of this race now after that pretty interesting altercation with Terry Borchello on the front stretch. He leads GT now and is in the box seat for 5 consecutive victories. With his new co-driver, Justin Marks, who was a little nervous before the start of this race. A lot of expectations stepping up with a driver the caliber of Bill Auberlen. Look at how close Pappas is. This is champ car stuff here, right on the back end of that car. Fabulous restart.
Great restart.
Right on the inside of Andy Wallace. The Brumos is in the top 3.
That Porsche just made it great. That was Darren Law. He covered that thing.
Pappas with just a few laps remaining. GT leading car, the PTG BMW of Bill Auberlen, Justin Marks. Let's hear from the team boss.
Well, Tom, you didn't qualify that well, but as we've seen in the last 4 events, you boys were out front when it counts at the end, going for 5 tonight. How's it feel?
Well, it feels good. I mean, as you saw, we battled in the beginning. Luck fell our way again this time. We actually had a pretty bad pit stop, and then Boris got a drive-through penalty for entering too fast, but we got lucky. It's a good Friday.
It absolutely is, and as Justin Marks said, Billy Auberlen will give it his all, he'll claw it back, and he's managed to get it back out front. But looking at their lap times, Lee, they're only separated by a couple of thousandths of a second between the two boys right now.
Great run for those guys tonight. Could take those guys at the end. GT class winning, leading and about to be winning car. An incredible stretch for Bill Auberlen, California. 5 straight GT class wins, and he is well and truly on his way to being champion again. Boris said had a 3-point margin coming into this race. Bill Auberlen will be on top of the points now in GT. Time to hear from our winners here at Daytona International Speedway. The Paul Revere 250 for 2004 is done, and we now have our second 2-time winner of the series. Let's get down to victory lane.
Well, as a PTG 1-2, and I know during the pit stop, Justin, you had a little concern there. You lost some valuable time, but as you said, if anyone can bring it back, it's Bill.
Yeah, he's a great driver. I mean, it's great to get a first win with Bill. He's been a big part of what I've done the last year and a half, and he's really helped me a lot. And, you know, this is a great team, you know, and these guys do a great job preparing these M3s. And, you know, we had a disadvantage to the Porsches this weekend, like I said before, and, you know, it was a little bit of a mountain to climb to get over that, but, you know, team did a good job, and, you know, what can I say? Bill's a great driver.
Well, Bill, 5 in a row, congratulations. But when you have a pit stop like that, I guess all you can do is just put your head down.
Oh man, I left with belts undone. I'm like, what is going on here? We practiced this. Anyways, the team,
took it from a 4-lap car to a 20-lap car, and that is a big help. Keep the tires under the car. I owe it to Dave Gahagan, Tom Milner calling the shots. Justin kept it in one piece. I'm glad for him. And I want to say I love Yvette. I miss her. You know her. And I'll be home tomorrow.
Okay, congratulations. And Joey, second place. I know you're disappointed. It looked like you were knocking on the door of the first victory here. What are your feelings tonight?
Oh, you know, we just had rough luck again, man. It's just a story of my season so far. But, you know, I kept the car up front, kept it clean. That's what I could do. And the PTG guys gave us a great race car again. You know, just sometimes the luck doesn't go your way, and we just had a tough go there with a drive-through. So, you know, we'll get them again. We'll see what the driver lineup's going to be up for the next week, and I'm always driving 100%, trying to get a win.